All right, today we're here. By the way, my name's Ralph, and Charles is behind the camera, and we're here with the trick that we sometimes use on these matrix dots. A lot of people inquire about the matrix dots and how to deal with them. Well, this is one of many techniques I've seen that work. It's one of my personal favorites, especially on a Mustang. Everybody knows that a Mustang has the matrix dots at the top. And just to save time, I've already cleaned and prepped the inside of this glass, and I've already shrunk some tint over this glass. Now I went ahead and, if you see this up here, I went ahead and shrunk the entire window dots and all, and then I went back and I just cut at the bottom row of dots a straight line, and I've separated the top part from the bottom part. One of the reasons I did that is this is the cheapest, quickest, easiest way for me to have a pattern to cut this out with. I'm just going to use this to put on top of the black material, which, by the way, the technique is to put a black, jet black, opaque vinyl on the inside. And I'm going to cut it out to duplicate this piece of tint here, and then I'm going to install it on the inside. I'm going to install it after I install the tint. It's going to be installed last. But then I want to take you to the glass behind me and show you how we do this. First we determine which side is the release liner, which the side facing me, and one way I check is I divide it and see. Just to make sure, because I do want the release liner facing me in this example. And I want to go ahead and I want to put the tint pattern above me so I can see it. Then I take my vinyl, opaque, put it on the glass. And I'd say that's about the length I need. Hey Charles, if you don't mind, can you give me a hand? Can you hold the vinyl up? I really like to be conservative with this stuff, because I can just really get a lot out of it just by putting it up there like that. That way I'll go ahead and know exactly what I need to cut. So I'll have some more left over for some more back windows. Now, pull the excess up, and then all I do is cut that out. We can videotape me cutting it out, then we'll take a quick pause and we'll put the tint on the glass, and then when I'm installing this, I'll show you how to install it and what it looks like. Now, I do want to squeegee this down. I like to double check. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I've got the release liner facing me on the opaque, and I want to make sure. See, I've got the release liner facing me also on the strip, not my pattern. I always want to break my blade so I can get a good sharp blade, and then I'm just going to freehand cut this. Just take my time. It's not hard to do. I've cut this pattern exactly probably an eighth, maybe even a quarter of an inch larger than it needs to be, so that it'll hide behind the black portion on the glass. It overlaps the clear part. To know more about the brand, what kind of vinyl this is, and where to buy it, you can visit our blog. And Charles, tell them where they can visit to see.
www.tintguys.wordpress.com, or you can email us at tintguys@gmail.com.
I almost have to hold my breath to cut this one, because this line's got to be perfect. This is the line that matches the matrix dots, almost identical. I mean, I really cut these and took my time, and I want to, cut right on the line. It gets kind of hard to see it for me in this fluorescent light, but I can still do it. Don't want to get in a hurry, just take my time, because this is my last cut to make this perfect. Everything else has turned out just great. undercut that a little bit. We can always go back. I'd rather cut it where I can come back and trim off a little more than trim too much, so I can always get it perfect. Just a little mistake can kind of set you back sometimes. I gotta do a little trimming on this, but otherwise it's almost perfect like I want it in places. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, now we'll pause for a minute. We'll put it. I'll have the video to where I'm putting it on the matrix dots and a close up of what it looks like. And when we come back, thanks.